Number 9 should be the letter D, which is 9. Marilyn? 19 is 5 1/2. Sammy? Number 2 is 48 inches. Nathan? 3 is 96. Maggie? Number which one? 8. 94 inches. Count. 6 is 0.71. Brooklyn? 4 is 3. Kelly? 20 is 66 cents. Maggie?
For number 8, when did it be 94.2?
Oh. Does it say to round your answer to the nearest inch or no? So I'm guessing that you probably need to round your answer to the nearest inch. Again, I noticed many of you, when you gave your answers, did not get them right, so I can't force you to ask questions about things you don't understand, but I'll be in the end of the quarter, if your parents asking why you did so poorly on the test, I would say, I don't know, I stood up there and asked if they had any questions, they were all like, no, got it all. Frankie?
Number 8. Can you explain?
Number 8?
Yes, because I got
Sure.
109.
Like we always do with problems here, you should kind of sketch this bad boy out. Diameter of an automobile tire is 30 inches. 30 inches. How far down the road does it travel when it makes a full turn? You know, making a full turn is called its circumference. And make sure you put in your memory banks what circumference is. That's what you have to study. Circumference equals pi times diameter. So I use this for pi. So we end up with 3.14 times 30. And that's where the trains came off the track there, Frankie? I don't know. 0, 12, 4, 9, 2 decimal places, so boom. And this is where Maggie was arguing that it should be 94.2, but this said to round to the nearest inch. So your answer is either going to be 94 or 95. 94 inches.
I did it like it was long multiplication, so I added a 0 at the bottom and then added them together. Like if you multiply them.
You still should get the same answer.
Yeah.
Third.
And for number 1B, it was asking for
Yeah,
what numbers, like,
let's look at number 1, because my book had some goofy stuff there as far as the answers go. A number cubed is rolled once. What's the sample space? And remember, sample space, ladies and gentlemen, in case you forgot, is all the outcomes you can get. All the outcomes you can get. On a number cube, you can roll a 1, you can roll a 2, you can roll a 3, a 4, a 5, or a 6. So that's part A. That's your sample space. And then they wanted the probability of a number greater than 4. Probability of a number greater than 4. So of these, first of all, there are 6 different choices. How many of those choices are greater than 4? Well, only 5 and 6. So there are 2 choices greater than 4, and that reduces down to 1/3. 2 choices greater than 4. And
I don't understand why I got number 13.
that's the questions I like to hear. Live and you'll learn. 13?
Yeah.
Is that over here? Now, I would say, and all of you should, ladies and gentlemen, when you see these problems, you should start to recognize what gives you trouble. And with decimals, what always gives people trouble is which one goes on the outside, which one goes on the inside. In which case, hopefully you're starting to realize when you write this out as a division problem, these things switch spots. The 0.04 goes outside the box, and inside the box is 1.2. We get that right so far?
Yeah.
Then, when you divide by decimals, this has a decimal and two things, that's that whole over thing. You need to move this decimal over so that it's out of there, 2 places, but you have to do this the same thing, which means it turns into 120 divided by 4. 4 goes into 12 3 times. Bring down to 0, doesn't go into 0, so it's 3. What did you get for an answer? 3?
300. I put 2, or I moved it over 3 times.
Yeah, only however many places you move this one is however many places you move this one. Hopefully problem 14, remember I said this is the only time really this is when I prefer you to do this mental math. Multiply by a 1 with a 1 0, you just move the decimal 1 place. It's 1, 2, 3.4. Jacob.
On number 10.
Is that on the other page? Is that this page?
Yeah.
It's here. Bottom of this page here. Number 10.
So I didn't reduce it because I didn't think you.
Now remember that, that's a good thing. With ratios, people, you reduce, but you don't make mixed numbers if they're improper. The team won 10 of its 30 games and lost the rest. Okay, so it won 10 games. Its total games, did we make a ratio, Bob? No, it was 30. It must have lost 20 games. What is the ratio I'm looking for? The win to loss. Win goes on top, loss goes on bottom. And that does reduce to 1/2. You reduce, but if it would have been 2 over 1, you would not make it 2, you leave it as improper. You do reduce. Make sure you reduce. That is important. More children, more. Wow. Everybody's getting an A tomorrow. Yes, Rachel?
I don't get how I got number 15.
Number 15. See if I can find number 15. There it is. And number 15, a couple people had questions before. Remember, follow the rules. You write up and down, Rach. You then,
No, I didn't do that.
no. Then you need to make common denominators, which are what? The smallest thing that 2 and 5 go into is 10. And you need to make equal fractions with that. So 5 times what is 10? 2. So 3 times 2 is 6. 2 times 5 is 10. So 1 times 5 is 5. You add those together because it's addition. You get 11/10. It's improper. It is reduced that way. 10 goes into 11 once with 1 left over. Alright.
Number 20, can you tell me how I got it wrong?
Not without looking at your paper, but we'll look at it. Oh yeah, this is one. Sales tax rate is 8%. It bears going in mind and saying tax and tip is always. Did you multiply, Tyler?
Yes.
Alright, so I need to do this. 8% times $8.29. I can't leave 8% as a percent, I need to change it to a decimal. Is that what we do? What is 8% as a decimal?
0.08.
Yeah, 0.08. Remember, 8% means 800ths, and that's what this is, 800ths. Don't put 0.8 because that is 80%. That's 80 hundredths. So I need to multiply 8.29 times 0.08. Some of you forget how to multiply decimals. You don't line up decimals. In this case, they are here, but they won't be in my answer. This is just this is the way it just worked out. 8 times 9 is 72. Carry the 7. 16 plus 7 is 23. Carry the 2. 64 plus 2 is 66. How many places over do I move the decimal? 2 here, 2 there. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So my answer, ladies and gentlemen, is either 66 cents or 67 cents. What tells me that is the number after the thing I'm rounding. Since that was not 5 or bigger, it stays the same. 66 cents is your dollar amount there. Hi.
Can you tell me why I got number 19?
I can learn that. Did you write them up and down, sir?
Yes.
Did you borrow because you cannot subtract 3/4 from 1/4?
No.
And that would be the start of it. Which is a good reminder to all of us. If you borrow from this 7, please remember you don't just put a 1 up there like normal subtraction, whatever. What is my new top number? How do I know? And where do I go from there? Julia.
Your top number is 5. And
Why? Because you add both of these together. That's your new top number. 4 plus 1 is 5. And then you can do your subtracting. 3/4 from 5/4 is 2/4. And 1 from 6 is 5. I unfortunately can't leave that like that because 2/4 is not reduced. 2/4 is the same as 1 here. Now we're getting somewhere. Now we're cooking with peanut oil or sunflower oil or some oil. Other questions, ladies and gentlemen? Going once? Going twice? Very good.